Welcome to Aitrixs. Man, I am excited to walk you through all of these powerful features that can absolutely revolutionize the way that you generate leads and grow on Facebook. So in this demonstration, we're going to be diving in and showcasing a few of the top features. Now we have over 20. We're not going to cover all of them in this specific video, but let's jump in and take a look at some of our favorites or our clients' favorites right now. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to jump into something called Lead CRM. Now, what's really cool about Lead CRM is you can actually generate leads through Facebook and plug them into the Aitrixs CRM. Now, this is called the Leads Manager. You can see here I have specific tags. So these people are family, these are close friends, these are partners, new leads, these are marketers, and so on and so forth. So you can set tags very, very easily in what we call the Tags Manager. Now you can set up just like a standard pipeline. You could be like new lead, new opportunity, hot prospect. You could do in conversation or future follow-up or not interested. You can have it structured however you'd like. So for this example, I just created some different tags and leads in here. Now, what's really, really cool is, let's say, for instance, I'm talking to this specific lead on Messenger. This is something you can see that this looks a lot different. But let's say I'm talking to a specific lead on Messenger, and, they go from the lead stage to someone that I need to follow up with. So I can just literally go over here and drag and drop over to future follow-up. Now they're in here. Okay. And so you can just drag and drop people into different sections, just like you would with like a Trello or different CRM systems, which is really, really cool. The best part about this is because it syncs directly up to Facebook, it makes it super easy for you to stay more organized and monetize your efforts on Facebook. Now, the other part of this is called Lead CRM. So this is laid out a little bit differently, but what's cool is we've got a search function in here. So let's go ahead and search for one of my partners. His name's Sylvan. Okay. So number one, I can search for a lead. I can click and open up their profile, which is really cool. Be able to check them out. Another thing here is there, you can see that there was a follow-up. So when you click this button, I can actually schedule a follow-up on a specific date and a specific time. And I can write a custom message and click update, and it will send that specific message out on that date and time that you've selected, which is pretty darn handy. Over here, I can change the tag. So let's say he's currently a partner, but I want to move him over into, let's say, no-show, because he no-showed for a meeting. I can do that as well. You can also create sub tags. So someone can be more than one tag specifically, so you can create a sub tag as well. If I wanted to, I can remove them from the list, or I can easily just like click a sub tag here and just put they're a new lead as well. And I sent them a message. Okay, so now they're going to have those sub tags underneath the Lead CRM. Now let's take a look at some powerful lead generation tools. Now, one of my favorite tools is called Friend Seeker. So if we go over here to Friend Seeker, this tool allows you to just simply sync up all of the different groups that you're a part of. I can create tags very easily, just like this. So if I wanted to create a new tag, let's say I wanted to create a manager. Someone who's a manager, and add that keyword. So what I can do is I can go over here, and let's say we want to select a specific group. Let's see here. Let's go like there, clients and community. One thing I know about this group is they have a lot of owners and business owners, coaches, consultants, course creators, people in the business space, right? And so what's really, really cool is I can scan this group, and over here you can select it to, like, let's say I want to scan 500, or I want to scan 1,000, or you want to scan 2,000. So for the sake of this video, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put 1,000. I'm going to start the process. And then as soon as I start the process, I'm going to fast forward the video until it's finished, and then we can kick it off from there. So let's get started. All right, we're just about at 1,000. And as soon as it's done, is automatically going to stop. And then when we go back to Aitrixs, you can see all of these targeted leads, and you'll see these keywords: owner, CEO, right? What else do we got here? We got founder, right? So those match up with the keywords that we were searching for, right? Owner, founder, coach, co-founder, president, and so on and so forth. So what's really cool about this is generated a large targeted leads list. Like, let's see what we got here. We've got about few hundred, right? And so what's really, really cool is you can actually click this button right here and you can schedule and send out a friend request to every single person on this list. Now we do throttle this. So it's actually scheduled for every half an hour. So if I click this button right now, it's going to schedule an ad automatically. And you can see here, the first one goes out at 7:35, which is literally about 30 minutes away. The next one's at 8:05 and then 8:35. And the reason that we do this is because you can't send out too many friend requests in a day. All right. So there is a specific protocol that we have within the software to protect yourselves from getting in what we call Facebook jail. We don't want that to happen. That's why things are throttled appropriately so that you can't make any mistakes and potentially land in Facebook jail for 24 hours. We know how fun that is as marketers. So now that we've gone ahead and we scheduled a friend request for everybody on this leads list, another thing that you can do, which is really, really cool, is you can create a message template, right? So maybe they're in that specific group and I'm like, hey, I saw that you were in clients and community. Love connecting with like-minded people. How are you liking this group so far? Like, what do you currently do? Question mark, right? And then I can save that as like a template, for instance. And then I can go like this and I can send a specific message. Maybe if I look at someone's profile here, so like, let's say we go like this and click on this link, it's going to open up and it's going to show me this specific person right here at the top of the list. Seems like a sharp guy, right? Another thing that you're going to see is when you check out their profile, you're going to see something called lead gen. It's a little button that appears. When you click that, I can plug in any details that I want and save this into the Aitrixs CRM, which is pretty cool. So you can, are they a CEO, their company, phone number, email, website, address, lead strength. If he's really sharp, okay, this is a really, really hot person that I want to connect with. So over here, I can go like, this is a new lead. And then I can even be like, okay, if he's really sharp prospect, yes, he's a new lead, but at the same time, I want to definitely add him into like another category, maybe like a top leader as a tag. I can put in a quick little description here. And at the same time, if I want to schedule a message to go out to this specific prospect, I can click this button here and I can go like this and schedule a date, schedule a time, and a specific message, click save, and it will send that specific message on that specific date and time, which is really, really cool. All right, so now that we're back in here, we've covered, you can schedule the ads easily, right? You can create a message template and send that specifically. If you want to remove someone from the list, you can do that by clicking that simple red button here. And then if I want to, let's say I don't want to schedule all these ads, I just want to check out their profiles individually and then add them manually. You can do that as well by just simply clicking a button just like this, okay? So that's how that works. Now, what's really, really cool is like now that we have a targeted leads list, I've sent out those friend requests. Now, as we're talking about sending out friend requests, I just want to touch on one really, really quick thing. So number one is if you have a sharp profile picture, it makes you truly stand out and the chances of people accepting your friend request are astronomically higher. Now, let's take an example here. So we'll go to my profile real quick here and you can see here that it's a clean cut headshot and it pops. It has a bright orange background. Now, why is that important, right? So if we go over here and we click on friends, and let's say we just take a quick look at friend requests, you can see here, I've got 881 friend requests, right? And so if I'm going through and I'm like looking at profiles, what do you think, like, would you agree that this popped out, even though I know it's Fiverr? Would you agree that it popped out? It kind of stood out from the crowd. That is what happens when you have a really sharp, bright profile picture, clean cut headshot, and it stands out. The chances of people jumping in and number one, checking out your profile, I would say like if we're scrolling through this right now, let's go ahead and stop when I see one that I think is sharp. Let's go like this. This one's not bad. It could be better. Let's see here. I would say this one right here. I would say that this one probably stands out the most to me. So a couple of things is like, if you send a friend request, number one, they're going to get a notification. Oh, who's this person that just added me? They see a really sharp headshot. The next thing that they're going to do is probably creep your profile. That's what people do. right? And if you have a really good banner photo, a profile cover photo, a clean cut headshot, and then also in your bio, it's a very, very clear what you do. And you have a, you could have like a link to one of your funnels or one of your lead pages, anything along those lines. You can easily do that, right? And so this is what people do when they get friend requests. So the idea here is automating some of the tedious processes that most people have to go through, like adding people manually, all those types of things, right? Now, let's go back into the software and let's take another look at a really, really cool feature. Now, this one here is called Auto Engage. Now, what's really powerful about this is what it will actually do is it will scan your news feed automatically for you. And based on what the majority of other people have done on a post, whether that's, a like or a heart, let's say there's a post, it scans and it's got 50 likes, 20 hearts, and an angry face. Well, if the majority of people like that post, it'll automatically like that post. And if you click this button here, which is I only want reactions, then it will only drop a like or a reaction on that post. But if you uncheck that, you can leave a message. So you can fill in specific messages here. So I'll like the post and then drop a message for you. Now, in full transparency, I recommend just if it's a thumbs up, put a thumbs up there, right? If it's a heart, put a heart there. If it's a care, you could do something similar like that, right? If it's funny, you could do a couple of laughs. If it's sad, do a sad, right? I recommend doing this because what it's going to do is it's automatically, if the majority of people like the post, it'll like the post. It'll drop a thumbs up in the comment. Now, what is that doing? Number one, it's creating 2 notifications in their notification box, right? Saying, oh, like Dylan just liked your post or Dylan just dropped a comment, right? And the whole idea here, guys, is being in sight and in mind. And so you can let this scan your newsfeed by clicking a very, very simple, right now it's currently running, but I could click stop. And then if I wanted to start it again, I could just go click engage others and it will automatically start the process. It will start scanning the newsfeed automatically. Now, what's awesome about this, you guys, is it'll actually do it in intervals of a minimum of 60 seconds apart. Okay. I set it for around 120. And then when I start engaging automatically, when I start doing that, then what will happen is it will like or comment on that post every 120 seconds. So I just let this run in the background as I'm doing other things. So I have to go through Facebook and read a bunch of posts and comment and drop, likes and all that thing, all that fun stuff on posts. Why do it if you could have a software do it? Because at the same time, guys, the social media algorithm wants to see that you're engaging on posts. They want to see that you're active on specific posts. So this is just a way to automate some of that tedious stuff. And of course, you can still go through and do it yourself. I get that. But this is a really neat tool to really just kind of streamline that process and just make you more omnipresent. All right, now let's jump into Messenger quickly. Now, obviously in Messenger, things can get unorganized extremely fast. I've actually interviewed a lot of marketers, and some of the marketers I've spoken with literally said, Dylan, I've probably lost over $5 million just in my Messenger inbox alone from being unorganized. I can't tell you how many times that, someone sent me a message at like 11 at night, and I saw the message and I read it. And my intention was to get back to them, but I forgot. And if you're like me, you get a lot of different messages. And so things can get unorganized. So what's really cool is, like, let's say we go over here and I click on a prospect, right? And we're just kind of going through something. Number one, the lead gen button's going to appear here. I can fill in the details like I showed you before. Also, you can create message templates, and you can just select a message template here. You click this button, it'll automatically drop that message in here. So it's nice and easy to send. And so you can have pre-canned message templates built into your Messenger inbox to streamline the process. Now, if we're going through here and let's say I'm talking to Leroy here, and he went from a lead to, let's say, someone that I'm like in conversation with, or for instance, maybe he's like a hot prospect. You can set up whatever tags you'd like. And like I mentioned, That is all done just up here underneath the tags manager. And you can create tags for absolutely anything or everything that you want. You can see I have a bunch of different ones here specific towards what I want to see in my business. You can have it set up the way that you want. Maybe it's just like a regular pipeline, new lead, new opportunity, in conversation, follow up, or like I sent information to them. So you can create tags however you'd like. Now, another one here is called birthday greeters. So you can have pre-canned messages. I literally just went into like Chat GPT and I said, hey, write me up some funny birthday wishes for Facebook news feeds. I need 10, right? And I just basically picked out 5 of them. I plugged them in here. And then what's cool is I can just click wish them a happy birthday and it'll scan Facebook, and anyone who has a birthday today, it'll rotate and drop different messages like this for you, right? So the whole idea here is insight in mind. So guys, there's some very, very powerful tools here in Aitrixs to streamline and simplify the process for you, help you generate targeted leads, help you become more organized. And let's cover the last one here before we jump off. But bulk message, right? So what's really, really cool is I can create a bulk message and it will actually throttle the messages that go out, and it will stop at 50 messages max per day, so that it stays within the guidelines of Facebook. But here I can create a campaign, I can choose a tag, and if let's say like new leads, for instance, and it just generates a list of all these new leads, I can schedule a date and a time, and I just be like, hey, great to meet you. Was checking out your you can write whatever you want, save that, and it will automatically send that message to absolutely everyone, but it will throttle it for you so that it doesn't cause any issues with the Facebook algorithm. And like I mentioned, no one wants to go to Facebook jail. So we built in protocols to keep things nice and safe for marketers when you're using any type of automation and processes. So that's all I'm going to show you right now. You can tell there's a lot of different features here. I'm not going to cover them all, but at the end of the day, guys, if you want to generate more leads, you want to stay more organized, you want to be able to, have your messenger box nice and categorized this way, have pre-canned messages, be able to send bulk messages out as needed. Maybe you got like a webinar tomorrow and you're like, okay, I got all of these people that I've been chatting with this specific tag. I want to send them out a broadcast through Messenger and make sure that they know about this webinar. So instead of doing that manually or hiring a VA, you can leverage Aitrixs and get it done with the click of a button. So that's all I'm going to show you right now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this quick little demo where we just highlighted a few of our most powerful features. I highly, highly, highly recommend you jump on a trial with Aitrixs. See for yourself how this can absolutely change the game for you and your business and your organic marketing strategies. And, think about this. You could even have a VA inside of this software doing a lot of this stuff for you. We have lots of people that do that. So that's all I've got, guys. We'll see you on one of the next videos.